Welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling for my SummerSlam review. SummerSlam review. SummerSlam. The Summer of Sam. Anyway, sorry about that. Still getting my voice back here, but I'm feeling much better, and as you can see, I'm back home. Anyways, I thought SummerSlam was a pretty good pay-per-view. Big surprise there, obviously, with Brian Danielson coming back. I thought maybe a Cena heel turn. I knew something had to happen during that match, something special, something unexpected, and I really didn't expect Daniel Bryan to come back, and they got me. I have to admit that they got me. I was a little shocked that when Daniel Bryan got released, he was accepting bookings because it's well known that there's a 90-day no-compete clause in the WWE. But somehow, they just kind of made me forget about it, and it went on for a while, and I really was not expecting Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan to walk down that ramp. But anyways, I'll get to that a little later. I'm just going to go through the pay-per-view, tell you what I thought of all the matches. First, we had the Intercontinental title match. Now, this match, I really was expecting good things from, and it got off to a really slow start, but then it started to become a really good match. And just as this match was really getting good and living up to the expectations I thought it was going to be, because I thought it might be the best match of the night, the Nexus came and invaded, and it really pissed me off. Now, I know that's the whole point. It was for them to piss everybody off by doing the invasion, but they really interrupted a really cool match, a really good match. But I knew it had to be done. So that was kind of a screwball finish. It made what could have been a great match a forgettable match, I suppose. Then we had, I believe, the Divas Championship, and Melina took the title back. I kind of suspected that would be the case. Enough of that. As you know, I'm not really high up on the Divas division in WWE because it's just a bunch of crap. Then we had our handicap match with the Big Show versus the Straight Edge Society. This was a pretty alright match. It wasn't as exciting as I thought it could have been, but at the same time, it was entertaining. It had some good spots, and it wasn't bad. The next one was Sheamus versus Randy Orton, and let me see here. Sheamus versus Randy Orton. I thought this was better than the Royal Rumble match. It went on to having, a lot of kickouts on finishing moves and things like that, which I was expecting. But for some reason, it never really got completely off the ground for me. I was also really shocked the Miz didn't come out, but I guess you can't have everything. But it was an exciting match when it got down to the end because you didn't know if Miz was going to come out, and you really just couldn't tell who was going to win. You just really, really couldn't tell. And sorry, I apologize. I'm reading. I know this is ridiculous, but so anyways, for it to end in a disqualification, I was just verifying that. Make sure I remembered it correctly. I went over to a friend's house tonight and watched it, actually, which was really nice. This guy, he watches wrestling, but very casually, so it's really interesting watching it with him because he has no idea what's going on. He watches maybe 3 or 4 pay-per-views a year, catches Raw every now and then. So forgive me, I was just making sure, Orton did get disqualified in that match, which was kind of disappointing. Kane versus Rey Mysterio was way better than I thought it was going to be. And I was laughing because it was I think Rey Mysterio or Kane took 2 619s to the face during that match and just squashed Rey Mysterio like a bug. And the finisher of that match was it just made me laugh because he just manhandled Rey Mysterio, just squashed him like a bug. And then, of course, The Undertaker came out of the coffin, which was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to hear boom, and the lights go off, and The Undertaker come out, and the whole steam and everything. But for him to come out of the coffin, that was really cool. I'd never seen wrestlers do dialogue like they did in that match. That was the strangest thing. I know a lot of you haven't seen it, or if you did see it, you know what I'm talking about. But there was actually like a minute, or even a little over a minute worth of dialogue between Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker, promo style dialogue, like during the match. It was really interesting. I know Undertaker wasn't in the match, but what I'm saying is that he had him pressed up against a turnbuckle and a chokehold, and they were fighting. And there's usually not a lot of dialogue when guys fight. They might say a few things to each other, but they usually don't go into a big spiel. And it was really interesting to see that. I don't know if I really want them to do much more of that, but it was cool for how it served its purpose. And so now we're going to get our Kane Undertaker feud. Now, if the WWE was smart, I think they would kind of milk this until Survivor Series. Maybe at the next pay-per-view, have Kane elude The Undertaker somehow, so where he doesn't have to defend the title at Hell in a Cell, I believe it is, which is the next pay-per-view. And then bragging rights, put them in some kind of tag match and make them go one-on-one at Survivor Series. Milk it out, and that'll bring us to the next match, the Nexus Cena match. This angle was built up properly. It wasn't built too fast, and the Kane Undertaker feud needs to be the same way. I noticed it really hit me even more as I was watching the build-up, how they have the video build-up highlights, that they really did do this Nexus feud right. And I have to take my hat off to WWE. They built it up slow. They gave everything enough time. They had enough depth in the story. And I really didn't know how this match was going to be. It's not like I wasn't looking forward to it, but my expectations were not high. Because usually when you get these tag matches with all these people in them, and it just gets kind of convoluted, and the match never really gets off the ground. But I have to say that Daniel Bryan coming out was a huge surprise, and it started the match off with a bang. I was like, no way. I was telling my friend, I think Triple H is going to come back. That's what I was saying as we were watching this. I think Triple H is going to come back and be the next member. And it was Daniel Bryan. So, the match started with a bang. Then it got a little shaky, and I was like, I don't know about this, how this is going to go. But as the match went on, it was really exciting, really well done. The spots were planned out very well. The pacing of the match was really good, and I just thought it was a really good fight, a really cool match. And I have to say that Cena had his little Hulk Hogan ending to it. He didn't exactly Hulk out, but you know what I'm trying to say. When Cena was alone, I believe, versus Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Wade Barrett, I said to my friend, I go, these guys are done. Cena's definitely going to take him down. We all knew that he wasn't going to turn heel, obviously. Actually, when I saw Daniel Bryan, I was like, the heel thing's out of the question. He's not going to turn heel now. Daniel Bryan's the big surprise of this match. And I think they pulled the match off pretty good, It was really cool. So, it's going to take us right into tomorrow night, and I think the Nexus thing is not over yet. Obviously, Chris Jericho and Edge and Cena have their differences, and that's going to continue. We'll see how that's going to play out. Now we have Daniel Bryan in the mix. I imagine he's just going to be on Raw now. So, hey, things are picking up. It was a pretty good SummerSlam. The SummerSlam was better than I expected it. I always do my ratings in a 5-star or 4-star way, so I'm going to do it in a 5-star way. And I'm going to give this a good, solid 4 stars. I would give it 3.5. Maybe I should give it 3.5. I don't know. I'm going to feel nice tonight. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. It was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed myself a lot much more than I thought I was. And sorry about me losing my train of thought during the video here. But I'll see you next time on Hot Water Wrestling. Take care.